Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach. Hope everyone is happy and enjoying their unleavened food this week. We're going to start our service, page 103. Please rise for Birchot HaShachar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lezek bivina labchin men yom uven laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzomo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat chorin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokev kibufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokah haaretz hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mesadei kaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa likot tzurki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Ot Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten la'ayev koach. You may be seated. We continue with the Psalm for Shabbat, page 112. Mizmor shir liyom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Mizmor shir liyom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehadid baboker pastecha, be'emunatcha alenu. Alei asur va'alei navel, alei higayon v'chinor. We turn to page 121 for Mourner's Kaddish and invite those who have a need or desire to rise for the Mourner's Kaddish, page 121. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olomei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemayim v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. You may be seated, and we turn to page 141 for Psalm 150. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, big good show, hallelujah, Bikia uso, hallelujah, big kurota, hallelujah, hallelujah. Come on and harmonize. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Take a shofar, hallelujah, v'nevel v'chinor, hallelujah, v'tokumacho, hallelujah, v'milim v'uga. Hallelujah, 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 B'tzilzalei Shama, hallelujah, B'tzilzalei Shua, hallelujah, B'tzilzalei Shama, hallelujah, B'tzilzalei Shua, Kol Hanshama, Hallelujah, hallelujah, Kol Hanshama, Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. We turn to page 143. We rise, third line from the left, Ozi v'zimrat Yah. Ozi v'zimrat Yah, vayehi lishua. 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 Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed. Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. We're so glad you've joined us. We're starting with Shochein Ad for our Shacharit service. We're on page 147.
Ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai 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 lai. Shochen ad maharom v'kadosh shemo.
Shochein ad marom v'kadosh shemo.
We continue now on page 148 of the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadav v'yitgadash shemei rabah ve'amani rachiruteh ve'amlich malchuteh v'chayechol v'chayechol beit Yisrael v'gadal mizman karim v'yimru amen. Yesh me'rava mevorach le'alam le'amaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitma'ar v'yitromach v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalav shemei dekudasha richu. Gevela mikol brechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'meru. Amen. We begin now officially our Shacharit service with a call to prayer on page 149. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. We turn to the top of page 150. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Yotzer or u'borei choshen. Oh, say shalom, shalom, u'borei et hamon. Yotzer or u'borei choshen. Oh, say shalom, shalom, u'borei et hamon. We continue now with El Adon on page 151. El Adon is very much like Adon Olam. We can sing it to just about any melody we want. So I thought you might recognize this one. El Adon al kol ha'ma'asim baruch u'mevorach befi kol nishama go v'tuvo malei olam da'at u'luna so b'mivoto המתגאה על חיות הקודש ונדר וכבוד על המרכב זכות ובישור לפני חיסור חסד ורחמים לפני כבודו אל אדון על כל המעשים ברוך ומבורך בפי כל נשמה טובים מאורות שברא אלוהינו יצרם בדעת בבינה ולהשכל כוח וגבורה נתן לנו להיות מושלים בקרב תבל שבח נותנים לו כל צבא המערות תפארת וגדולה שרפים ואופנים בחיות הקודש בחיות הקודש. All right, hope you can follow along with that. We're going to go to the bottom now of page 153. Or Hadash al Zion Ta'ir Or Hadash al Zion Ta'ir ונזכחו לנו מהרה לאורו אור חדש על ציון תאיר אור חדש על ציון תאיר ונזכחו לנו מהרה לאורו Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMe'od. We turn now to page 154 for the final blessing before the words of the Shema. Ahava Rabbah Tanu Adonai Eloheinu Hem Lagedola V'Tera Amarta Aleinu Avinu Malkeinu Ba'avur Avoteinu Shebatzu Becha Avinu Malkeinu ותלמדם חוקי חיים, כן תכוננו למדנו, אבינו הרחמן, המרחם רחם עלינו, ותן בלבנו להבין ולהשכיל לשמור, למען וללמד, לשמור ולעשות, ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה. וחמרנו בתורתך ודבק לבנו במצוותיך ויפה לבבינו לאהבה וליראה את שמך ולא נמות לעולם ועד ולא נמות לעולם ועד כי בשם קודשך הגדול הנורא ועזבנו נגילה ונשמחה נגילה ונשמחה בישועתך. We gather our seat together at the bottom of the page from the four corners of the earth. V'havienu leshalom me'arba kantot haaretz לארצנו. כי אל פועל ישובותיך, ובנו בחרת מכל עם ולשון, וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול, לשמך הגדול, סלע ואמת, להודות לך ולייחדך באהבה. ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. On page 156, we continue with the words of the Shema, either in the Hebrew or in the English in the opposite page. We'll join together again at the second paragraph. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית וריתם אותו וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. We turn to the bottom of page 158 as we get ourselves ready for the Amidah, and we sing about the crossing of the Sea of Reeds. כי כבודך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף שירה חדשה שיבחו גאולים לשמך אספת הים יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל קומה בעזרת ישראל ופדחנו ממך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו קדוש ישראל ברוך אתה אדוני גאל Israel. We turn now to the Amidah, page 159, to make sure that we do the additions, the Ya'aleh v'Yavo, and when we continue silently after the Kedusha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor, V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ופוקד ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ופוקד שרה, אתה גיבור לרם אדוני, בחיי מתים אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטהר, מחכה חיים בחסד, בחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו משגי עפר, כי חמוך בעבדותו ומדון מלך, מלך אימים ומקיים ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי המתים.
יקדש שמך בעולם כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום ככתוב על יד נביאך וקרזל זמר.
נקדש את שמך בעולם כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום ככתוב על יד נביאך וקרזל זמר. קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך הארץ כבודו. אז בקול רעש גדול אדיר וחזק משמיעים קול, מתנסים למצרפים לעומתם ברוך יאמרו, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, ממקומך מלכנו תופיע ותמלוך עלינו, כי מחכים אנחנו לך. מתי תמלוך? תמלוך בציון, בקרוב בימינו, לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד, תשכון, תתגדל ותתקדש בתוך ירושלים ברכה, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, ולנצח נצחים. ועינינו תראנה, תראנה מלכותך, כדבר האמור בשירי עוזך. ועינינו תראנה, תראנה מלכותך, כדבר האמור בשירי עוזך. על ידי דוד, על ידי דוד, משיח צדקך, על ידי דוד, על ידי דוד, על ידי דוד, משיח צדקך, ימלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושמך אלוהינו מבינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד, כי המלך גדול וקדוש אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We continue to page 166, not forgetting to add Ya'aleh. Ose shalom, 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 bimrom avuya, ose shalom, aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen.
Yashir Koach Hazan Stein for a beautiful Shachrit service, including those of you who were watching and were not with us on Pesach, and we transitioned from Mashiv HaRuach Morid Gashem or Geshem to Morid Hatal during the Amidah. We follow the Israeli tradition. In many American congregations, you actually won't hear them say anything when Mashiv HaRuach and Morid Gashem is not recited. But we follow this Israeli tradition, Morid Hatal, and so we're just honored to be able to share it with you. We're going to turn now to the half Hallel, Chatzi Hallel. And I spoke about this on the first 2 days of Pesach. If you're in the Lev Shalem Siddur, you're going to find it on page 316. But I mentioned then, this is the only holiday, it's the only time, Shavuot, both days we do the full Hallel. When it comes to Sukkot, the same thing. Throughout the days, we do a full Hallel. It's only on the last 6 days of Pesach that we don't do the full Hallel, and that's a reminder of the suffering of people, Egyptians who did suffer. One would say perhaps at the hard-headedness, if you will, of their leadership. And sometimes people suffer for the bad decisions of their leaders. And so we think about those people as well who suffer. And so we take from our cup and we diminish our joy during the Passover Seder. So you're going to find the half Hallel. It's not really half, it's probably more than half, but you'll see where I'll tell you to skip sections, and Chazan Stein will let us know as well. Those of you who want to rise and stand up, you can do so, page 316.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu likro et ha'aleh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu likro et ha'alel.
Hallelujah, Adonai Hashem, Adonai Hashem. Mikimi me'avardar, me'ashpot yarim evyo, lo shivim nidivim im nidivei amo, moshivi akeret habayit, em habanim semecha, Hallelujah. B'tzeit Yisrael, B'Yisrael, Beit Yaakov me'am yoed. B'tzeit Yisrael, B'Yisrael, Beit Yaakov me'am yoed. Hayta Yehuda v'kodsho, Yisrael mamshelotav. Hayam Ra'ab Ayanos, Ayaden Yisod La'achor, B'tzeit Yisrael, B'Yisrael, Beit Yaakov me'am yoed. Herim, Rakadu Ve'elim, Givaot Kivnei Tzon, B'tzeit Yisrael, B'Yisrael, Beit Yaakov me'am yoed. Aleph Hayam, Kitadus, Hayarden, Yisod ve'achor, Yisod ve'achor, Eharim, Tirkenu ve'elim, Tirkenu ve'elim, Yevaot, Yivenei Tzon, Milifnei Adon, Milifnei Adon, Tuli Haaretz, Milifnei Elohai Yaakov, Elohai Yaakov, Aofi Hatzor, Agamai, Talamish, Leman Yomayim, Leman Yomayim. The bottom of page 317. Adonai Zicharanu Yivarech, Yivarech et Beit Yisrael, Yivarech et Beit Ahron, Yivarech Yireh Adonai, Atanim im Adonim, Yosef Alechem ve'avnechem, Beruchim atem l'Adonai, et hashamayim va'aretz, hashamayim נברכיה מעתה ועד עולם מעתה ועד עולם Hallelujah. The bottom of page 318. Mashiv Adonai Kohavdu Lahai Eldai Koshushu Odesov Shem Adonai Ekra. Nedara Adonai Shalem Negdona Bechol Amot Bechasrot Bet Adonai Betochechi Yerushalayim Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Adonai. Oh, 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 Shavu, Shavu, Kol ha'umim, Ki gavar aleinu ha'asdod, ve'emet Adonai. Olam Israel ki leolam tasdod Yom Hana Israel ki leolam tasdod Hodu Ladakito ki leolam tasdod Hodu Ladakito ki leolam tasdod Yom Huna Betahon ki leolam tasdod Yom Huna Beit Aharon ki leolam tasdod Hodu Ladakito ki leolam tasdod Hodu Ladakito ki leolam tasdod Yom Huna Ye Adonai ki leolam tasdod Yom Huna Ye Adonai ki leolam tasdod Ladakito ki leolam tasdod Hodu Ladakito ki leolam tasdod. We turn to page 320. Nifuli Sha'arei Tzedek Ahavovah U'Eya Nifuli Sha'arei Tzedek Ahavovah U'Eya Ze Hashem Adonai Tzadikim Yavovu Ze Hashem Adonai Tzadikim Yavovu. Odechati anita livatehi lilishua. Odechati anita livatehi lilishua. Even masu agoni ayita lerosh bina. Even masu agoni ayitahaderosh bina beitadnai hayataso ilifan ve'einenu beitadnai hayataso ilifan ve'einenu ze Nagila v'nislecha Ana Adonai Hoshiana.
Ana Adonai Hoshiana.
Ana Adonai Hoshiana.
Ana Adonai Hoshiana.
Ana Adonai Atzlichana.
Ana Adonai Hatzlichana.
Ana Adonai Hatzlichana.
Ana Adonai Hatzlichana.
Baruch haba b'shem Adonai v'rachnuchem mibeit Adonai. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai v'rachnuchem mibeit Adonai. El Adonai v'ya'el lanu b'zruchav v'amutim Adonai mibeit. El Adonai v'ya'el lanu Yisruchad ba'abutim artanu hamitzveh. Eli ata ve'odecha Elohai aromecha. Eli ata ve'odecha Elohai aromecha. Odu l'Adonai gito, ki le'olam ha'adon. Odu l'Adonai gito, ki le'olam ha'adon. Page 321. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kilecha tov lo, ushimcha na'el Yisrael, ki me'olam ve'adonai. Ata el, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baruch ata Adonai, melech mehulah, v'tishvacho. We continue now with the Kaddish Shalem, page 321. יתגדל ויגדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברכנותיה, וימלך מלכותיה בחייכון, ובימיכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, והגדל בזמן קריב יאמרו, אמן. יהי שמי רבם בבורך, לעלם לעלמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישבח ויתברך ותשמע מנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ותהלל שמי דקודשה, וכולי, למין קברתם תפילתה שמחת ונחמתה, לאמירם עלמה ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלות הון והון רבי ישראל ושמיה ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלום הרב אמן שמיה, וחיים ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרמיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואימרו amen.
We're transitioning now to another part of our service, which if you were to read this book out of context, you would have thought that you stumbled upon the erotic literature of the ancient world. You would have figured that this was hidden in someone's house under a bed, if you would give a modern image of that, and taken out only at the moments of, if you will, personal pleasure reading. But this book, Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs, we're grateful, by the way, for the contemporary wedding ceremonies, where we know that one of the verses, Anila Dodi V'Dodi Li, if it were not for women giving their groom or one partner to another and adding these verses of I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine, I don't know if many people would know about the Song of Songs today. Although they would also know about it from a song that we're going to sing at the very end of our reading today, Dodi Li, because many of you know it, and we think of that probably as being given from Mount Sinai, but in truth, just I think from the 70s maybe or 80s, a cantor, Steve Shear, who composed it with different verses from the book Song of Songs. But I've always assumed that the Song of Songs I attributed to falling during Passover time. It's always read on the Shabbat during Chol HaMoed Passover, unless there is no Shabbat Chol HaMoed, and then we'll still read it on Shabbat. But the idea is that it felt to me like it was just the leftover book of the 5 Megillot. Right? You have Ruth, which they put with Shavuot because of the idea of somebody accepting Torah, and the idea of being at Mount Sinai. That was a nice connection. Esther was an easy one, of course, because that is Purim. Echa, Lamentations. Well, that made sense if you're going to mourn the destruction of the temple. Kohelet, right? If you want to think about Sukkot and about the ephemeral nature of life. But Shir HaShirim, Song of Songs in the springtime, a time of love, by the way. We share this with our Christian neighbors who this very weekend are celebrating Easter as well. And the timing and the relationship between Easter and Passover is not lost on us. But Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs, is just so remarkable. Because the question really is, how did it end up in our Bible? What were the rabbis thinking, right? When they said, let's include that book, the one that talks about the comely parts of the body that a woman has, that would mention parts that they otherwise no rabbi would mention in any company in the ancient world. They would have seen inappropriate for them to speak language like that. So how did it end up in our actual canonized Bible? Well, we know from the Talmud that there's a debate over whether it should. Some said it actually made the hands impure if you even touched it. But it was Rabbi Akiva, the great Rabbi Akiva. And by the way, the more I read about Rabbi Akiva, the more I really admire him and what he changed in Judaism and his way of looking at Judaism differently. In fact, one of my newest favorite books is by Yochi Brandis, a book called The Orchard. And it's those of you who might have read As a Driven Leaf by Milton Steinberg. It's an elaboration of that midrash and story and tradition, but even gives you more of an insight of the rabbis. And why was it that Rabbi Akiva said that it had to be included? Not only did he say it should be included, but Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs, the Song of all songs, he compared to Kodesh HaKodashim, the Holy of Holies. So why was it in there, and what does it mean to us in Rabbi Akiva? It really is the ability to look at our tradition in a different way than literally. Many of the rabbis of their time took those stories literally, but Rabbi Akiva wanted us to look at tradition differently. He knew that for Judaism to survive, we couldn't take things so literally. So we're going to have to look at different approaches, including an allegorical approach. And so he sees the Song of Songs not as a love song between two people, but rather it is between God and the Jewish people. And that we see this beautiful poetry. We want to create an image of what that love is about. And so we liken it between the love of two people, that romantic, beautiful, compelling love, more than just a parent to a child, more than just siblings, more than anything else. It's this intense love, which, by the way, sometimes has its challenging periods. Often it works really, really well, but sometimes we have conflicts with a spouse. And so we know the importance of being able to make up. With other family members, you're stuck with them. But a spouse, you can make a decision to divorce that person. But the rabbis knew that might be a tendency even for people with God. When you're angry at God, let's divorce God. No, there's an intimacy, there's a passion that exists through the good times, through the difficult times as well. We're grateful to Rabbi Akiba because without him, who knows whether we would still be taking our sources too literally or not. He brings in this allegorical understanding for us that we can look at Jewish text and Jewish tradition in a far more elaborate way. I'm grateful for Rabbi Akiba. You're going to be able to find this reading, which is going to be shared in just a moment by Michelle Hoish. And you're going to be able to follow it on page 7, I believe, in our Lev Shalem, and she's just gonna be reading the first 6 verses or 8 verses, I believe, of it. And we're grateful for Michelle, who's going to lead us now in that beautiful voice, which we've come to see at the synagogue so often. Michelle, will you share with us? And then Hazan Mimi is going to include with that song from the verses there, Dodi Li. Michelle, please.
Shir HaShirim Asher Shlomo Yishokeim Mishikot Pihu Ki Tovim Dodacha Me'ayim Le'ach Shnecha Tovim Shaman Torah Shemecha Al Kein Olamot Ohevucha Moshchini Acharecha Norutza Hevioni HaMelech Hadarav Nagilo v'nismecha bach Nazkir odotecha miyayin Yesharim Ahevucha Shoranim v'nava V'not Yerushalayim Ke'olei kedar Kiriot Shalomo Al tiruni she'ani shecharchoret Sheshezafakni hashamesh V'nei charuni Samonim noterai takramim Karmi sheli lo notarti Hagid ali she'yohavon nafshi Echad tireh Echad tarbitz b'tzoraim Shlomai yekutia al derecha derecha Im lo tilach hayafa b'nashim Silach b'chdei hatzon U'et gediotayich al mishkenot haroim Dodi li vani lo haroeh bashoshanim Dodi li mizotola min hamidbar mizotola min hamidbar Dodi li vani lo haroeh bashoshanim Achoti kala libavtini, achoti kala. Dodi livanilo haroeh bashoshanim. Dodi li.
We're about to begin the Torah service now, so we'll have you flip back in your Siddur to page 168 for Kimitzion. And following that, Hazan Mimi will chant the blessing that we have been using each time we read Torah together as we learn Torah, La'asok b'divrei Torah. She'll chant that blessing, and then we'll be reading this morning from Exodus 33, starting with verse 12. And if you have your Eitz Chaim Chumash with you, that'll be on page 538. But first, it's a lot of page numbers to remember, but first, we're on page 168 of the Siddur Lev Shalem for Kimitzion.
Kimitzion, Tetzei Torah, Ubar Adonai miYerushalayim. Kimitzion, Tetzei Torah, Ubar Adonai miYerushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah le'amo, Torah le'amo Yisrael. Baruch Shenatan Torah le'amo Yisrael. Kedusha lo Kitzion, Tetzei Torah, Adonai miYerushalayim. Kimitzion, Tetzei Torah, Adonai miYerushalayim. And we say, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Vayomer Moshe el Adonai re'eh atah omer elai ha'al et ha'am hazeh ve'atah lo hodatani et asher tishlach imi ve'atah amarta Yidati chaveshem v'gam matzata chen be'enai ve'ata imna matzati chen be'enecha hodi'eni na edrachecha ve'eda'acha leman emsachen be'enecha Ur'eh ki amecha hagoy hazeh vayomar panai elechu v'hanichoti lach vayomer elav im ein panecha holechim al ta'aleinu mizeh uvameh yivada efo Ki matzati chen be'enecha ani v'amecha halo belechtecha imanu v'niflinu ani v'amecha mikol ha'am asher al pnei ha'adama vayomer Adonai Moshe gam et hadavar hazeh asher dibarta e'eseh Ki matzata chen be'enai ve'eda'acha b'shem vayomar har'eni na et kivodecha vayomer ani a'avir kol tuvi al panecha v'karati v'shem Adonai lefanecha v'chanoti et asher achon V'richamti et asher arachem.
We're about to read a section of the Torah reading now that details how God plans to reveal God's self to Moses. And we know that no one is supposed to be able to see God's face and live, and that's including Moses, our greatest prophet. But we know that Moses got the closest of any human being. So here's what we're described. Here's what the experience was like for him. God tells Moses to go and sit on a nearby rock. And as God's presence passes by, God's going to put Moses in the cleft of the rock and shield him with God's hand. This is going to ensure that Moses doesn't see God's face. But then afterwards, after God's presence passes by, God will remove God's hand so that Moses is able to actually see God's back. Our commentary tells us that experience for Moses was almost like when you see a person's back. When you see someone's back, unless you know them really well, you really know their hair or their clothing, you might not be able to identify them just based on their back. So that's what we're told Moses' experience of God was like. Not quite able to see anything identifiable, but still seeing some entity before him and knowing that it was God's presence. And in the instructions that God gives Moses about where to sit, right, sit on this rock nearby, where to sit while waiting for God's presence to pass by, God tells Moses, Hine makom iti, behold, there is a place near me. That's how Moses is going to know to sit on this particular rock, this rock that is presumably right near God. But our commentators, made a little bit uncomfortable by this idea of God in one particular place, our commentators tell us we need to look at this phrase a little bit more closely. Because we use that word makom not just to mean a physical place, but also to refer to God. That's one of the names of God, makom. So hine makom iti might not really mean that God is near one particular place, but could really mean that God was near Moses in that place, just as God is near us in all places. God is place. God is makom. God is in all places, all around us. We can't see God's face, just like even Moses couldn't. But maybe we sometimes catch a glimpse of God's back without realizing it, right? Sounds like we wouldn't even be able to recognize God just by seeing God's back, just like we can't always recognize a person. So who's to say that we're not regularly seeing God's back all around us, just not fully able to recognize it? In the Torah text we're about to read, we learn that God is makom, God is place. We don't have to be in one specific place to experience God's presence. We don't have to be in the walls of a synagogue or even holding a siddur or wearing fancy clothes. We can be in our own living rooms. We can be on a Zoom call. And we believe that God is here. God is there. God is here in my home with me right now. God is in your home with you on our Zoom call, on our live stream. We believe that because God is makom and God is place, we are able to feel glimpses of God's presence everywhere we are. We'll read about that now in the next verses that Hazan Mimi will chant for us, which are Exodus chapter 33, beginning with verse 20. And if you're following along in the Eitz Chaim Chumash, that'll be page 539.
Vayomer lo tuchal lirot et panai ki lo yirani ha'adam v'chai. Vayomer Adonai hine makom iti v'nitzavta al hatzur v'haya ba'avor kevodi v'samticha v'nikrat hatzur v'sakoti chapi alecha ad ovri v'hasiroti et kapi v'ra'ita et achorai ufanai lo yera'u.
We're going to continue transition in our service to prayer for healing and for strength. Want you to think of those people in need of our blessings and our healing prayers, whether it's a family member, whether it's for yourself, for anybody you know, for someone who has been dealing with an illness that precedes the COVID-19, or they're suffering as a result of it. For all those who are in our thoughts and our prayers, we offer now the blessing and prayer, Misha Berach.
Misha Berach, Mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say
We offer blessings of healing and strength for Naomi Bat Sarah, Elon Shayot, Beverly Bowie, Leah Bat Moshe, Susan Stavis, Dina Bat Yocheved, Vivian Azus, Harvey Kuten, Leib Ben Zelig Vanuta, Zvi Ben Ada, Chaim Ben Sarah, Rivka Bat Carmela Vedov, Tova Bat Chana, Tova Bat Yudit, Rachel, Sarah Leah Bat Asne Velka, Uvein Ben Vidal, Hasi Hinda Bat Gittel, Chaya Gabriela Bat Galia, Eric Basik, Leah Bat Abraham Sarah, Deborah Bat Meir Vibashi, Nason Meir, Dalia Bat Shoshana, Feivel Ben Herschel, Perlman, Aaron Ben Aviva, David Ben Chaya. We also include in our prayers all those who are suffering from the coronavirus, and all the frontline workers, all those who put their lives at risk, whether first responders, whether you're working in the supermarkets or working anywhere else that's essential for our society. Our prayers go out to you for health and well-being as we continue with Misha Berach.
Misha Berach, Mikor habracha labotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of spirit, the renewal of body, and let us say,
Amen to all those in our prayers and all those of you who are in need of those prayers of healing as well. Torah reading continues, page 540. If you're in the Eitz Chaim, chapter 34 of Exodus, beginning verse 1.
And you can listen very carefully because there's some very famous lines at the end of this particular Aliyah, words we say during the Chagim and words we say during the High Holy Days. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe Pisolecha Shnei Luchot Avanim Karishonim V'chatavti et haluchot et hadivarim asher hayu al haluchot harishonim asher shibarta v'hyeh nachon laboker va'alita v'boker el har Sinai Nitzav Tali Sham al Rosh Har Ve'ish lo ya'ale imach Vegam ish al Yera bechol hahar Gam Hatson v'habakar al Yiru El mul hahar hahu Vayivsol Shnei luchot avanim Karishonim, Vayashkem Moshe v'boker, Vayal el har Sinai, Ka'asher tziva Adonai oto, Vayikach biado, Shnei luchot avanim, Vayared Adonai be'anan, V'yatsev imo sham, Vayikra v'shem Adonai, V'ya'avor Adonai El Panav Vayikra Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun, Erech Apayim, V'Rav Chesed V'Emed, Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Nosei Avon, V'Fesha V'Chata'a, V'Nakeh Lo Yinakeh, Oked. Avon avot, al banim ve'al b'nei banim, al shileshim ve'al rebeim, vayemaher Moshe, vayikod arza vayishtachu, vayomer imna. Matzati chen be'enecha Adonai, Yelech na Adonai b'kirbeinu, ki am kashe orefu v'salachta la'avonenu u'chatatenu u'nchaltanu.
As we make the separation to our maftir, we sing the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkada v'yitkadash shebe'rabah, v'yamad yifrach yirutei v'yamid machutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon, v'chayedecha beit Yisrael. V'agala v'agala, v'zman kavim v'imru, amen. Yesh le'rava v'vorach, le'adam le'am le'almaya, yitbarach, yitborach, v'yishtabach, v'yifar v'kromam v'yinaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalach, shevei d'kru v'shabrichu, de'ela minchol v'chata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ya'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen.
The next section that Hazan Mimi is going to read for us is from another part of the Torah. So you're going to have to move in your Chumash. If you're the Eitz Chaim, page 932. If you're anywhere else, you can just find it, Numbers, the book of Numbers, chapter 28, beginning verse 19. Whenever we have a second Torah on holidays, either related to the holiday of some mention, more specifically with the Chagim, the festivals, you'll find a description of the sacrifices that were offered up during that specific holiday, as Hazan Meimi continues with the Torah reading.
Vehikravtem ishel al Adonai harim ben vakar shenayim ve'ayel echad v'shiva chevasim b'nei shana temimim yiyu lachem uminchatam solet b'lulav hashamen shelosha esronim lapar Ushnei esronim la'ayil ta'asu, Isaron ta'aseh, la'keves ha'echad, l'shivat ha'kevasim, u'seir chatat echad, l'chaper alechem, milavad olat ha'boker, asher le'olat ha'tamid, ta'asu et ele, Ka'ele ta'asu layom shivat yamim lechem yishereach nichoach ladonai al olat hatamid ye'aseh v'nizko uvayom hashvi'i mikra kodesh yeh lachem Kol melechet avodah lo ta'asu.
Yishar Kochech to Hazan Mimi for leading us in the Torah reading so beautifully. We'll continue now back in the Sidor Lev Shalem, with a prayer for our country on page 177. Our God and God of our ancestors, pour out your blessing upon this land, upon its inhabitants, and upon its leaders. May it be your will that our land be a blessing to all who dwell on earth, and may you cause all peoples to dwell in friendship and freedom, and let us say, Amen. We'll continue now on page 178 with a prayer for the state of Israel.
Avinu shebashamayim, Zur Yisrael ru'adu, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmihat Gevulatei. Avinu shebashamayim, Zur Yisrael ru'adu, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmihat Gevulatei.
Avinu Shebashamayim, bless the state of Israel and the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy, and let us say, Amen. We'll continue now with Ashrei on page 181.
So I'm going to sing the even line, so to speak, and Hazan Stein's going to sing the odds. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha od yehallelu Selah.
Ashrei am shekacha lo, Ashrei am she'Adonai Elohav.
Tfilah leDavid aromimcha Elohai hamelech va'avarcha shimcha le'olam va'ed.
V'chol yom avorechecha v'ala shimcha le'olam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai umhulal me'od v'ligdulato ein cheker.
U'lo yishabach ma'asecha u'gvurotecha yagidu.
Adar kavod odecha v'divrei niflaotecha asicha.
Ezus nurotecha yomeru u'gvurotecha asaprena.
Zecharav tuvecha yabiu v'tzidkatecha yiranenu.
U'gvarachum Adonai erech hapayim u'gadol chesed.
Tov Adonai lakol v'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha v'chasidecha yivarechucha.
Kivod malchutecha yomeru ugvaratecha yedaberu.
V'hiliv bnei ha'adam gevurotav u'chavod hadar malchuto.
Malchutecha malchut kol olamim umemshaltecha b'chol dor v'ador.
Adonai lechol hanoflim v'zokef lechol hakafufim.
Einecho elecha yisaberu v'ata noten lahem et ochlam be'ito.
Uteach et yadecha u'masbir lechol chai ratzon.
Tzadik Adonai b'chol derachav v'chasid v'chol ma'asav.
Achovan lechol karav lechol asher yekruhu ha'emet.
Ritzon yireav ya'aseh ve'et shavatam yishma v'yoshi'em.
Omer Adonai et kol ha'ava ve'et kol ha'sha'im yashmid.
Tehilat Adonai yedaber pi v'yivarecho b'sar shem kodsho le'olam va'ed va'anachnu nevarech ya me'ata ve'ad olam. Hallelujah. So now we're going to put the Torah away with Eitz Chaim He. Page 183. Eitz Chaim He, La'machazik Yifra, V'tochecha, Me'ushar, Derachecha, Kadesh Yameinu.
We're now beginning the Musaf service, so we'll invite you to take a few moments and either have some personal prayer, personal meditation, or you can also use this time to recite the Musaf Amidah. We will remind you that we're reciting the Amidah with additions for Passover. You can find it on page 343 or an alternative on 355. This is the special Amidah we say during our festivals. So we'll have a few minutes now. We'll invite you to rise for either the Amidah or for some personal prayer time.
Ose shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru Ose shalom roma, yase shalom aleinu, ve'yavol Yisrael, ve'yavol Tevel, ve'imru יתגדל ויגדל שמי רבה, ביומא דברי חירותי, וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון ובימיכון וחיי לכל בית ישראל, והגדול בזמן קריב יאמרו אמן, יהי שמי רב המבורך, לעלם לעלמי עלמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח ויתואר ושמו מנסה, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כבוד תפשטה ששלחת ונחמתה ואמרן עלמה ויאמרו אמן תתקבל צלותון ותהלו בית ישראל קדמו שמיה ויאמרו אמן יהי שלום רב מן שמיה וחיים עלינו כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן עושה שלום במרמה ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו
Amen. We continue with Aleinu, page 205. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latek gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu ki goyei haratzon, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu koreim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Shehu notei shamayim ve'oseh haaretz, v'moshav yikaro b'shamayim ima'al, ushkinatu zo, ushkinatu zo, v'gokei meromim, hu Eloheinu eno, emet malkeinu efezulato, kakatu v'torato, v'yadata hayom v'hashemuta, erev avecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, bashamayim mima'al, ve'aretz bitachon, ein od, ein od. Okay. Kakatu b'tortecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'nemar v'haya Adonai v'melech al kol ha'aretz v'yom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad Ushemo, Ushemo echad.
May be seated at this moment of memorial. We call in reverence the yortzites of those who have been gathered unto their people. On this Shabbat, remember the yortzites of Erwin Anik, Dora Architecture, Yosef Balas, Edward Berman, Shlomo Friedman, Morton Greenspoon, Sam Greenbaum, Sally Richter, Lottie Siegel, Rita Stein, Margaret Brody, William Fine, Leona Modell, Rose Stein, Benjamin Summers, Audrey Warshaw, Aaron Andre, Samuel Black, Florence Golditch, Sophie Gorowitz, Rose Hertus, Frida Engber, Miriam Kegel, Sarah Rosenkrantz, Gerald Sheldon, Sylvia Schifris, David Stolberger, Etta Applebaum, Joseph Gilman, Nathan Glazer, Julian Jupiter, Rose Ludwig, William Schuler, Joyce Hazelcorn, Sarah Levin, George Manis, Dorothy Rapkin, Ronald Sabin, Victoria Bazbaz, Judd Beckoff, Albert Bernhardt, Max Blank, Ethel Golan, Harry Kalkin, Jeanette Cosby, Edward Tuckman, Carla Woodard, Leo Oretsky, Stephen Colton, Saul Marks, Catherine Skluth, Samuel Slotnick, and Fern Wixel. For all those who have near desire to recite the mourner's Kaddish, please rise. At this time, we're also mindful of all those who have passed away in the epidemic of the COVID-19. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their families as we remember all those with loving memory. Those reciting the Kaddish join together. Yit Gadal, the Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. V'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei v'chayechon u'yomechon u'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael bagala u'bizman kariv yimeru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbam mevorach le'olam u'me'omaya. Yitbarach, yishtabach, yitpa'ar, yitramam, yitnaseh, yitadar, yitalev, yitalal, shemei dekudisha, brichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbihata v'nechamata, damiran v'almad yimeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, meru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'meru. Amen. May God establish his peace in the heavens, grant peace and harmony for us, for all of Israel and all of humanity, as we say, Amen. By the way, it's a pleasure. It's been my pleasure to be able to share the virtual sanctuary with you during the services, as each of us are actually in our homes, and Michelle Hoish, who has been in her home and read beautifully the Shir HaShirim. We'll be having services, by the way, tonight. Don't forget Havdalah with Chazan Stein and Rabbi Galko. And is it 8 o'clock tonight? What are you doing? 8 o'clock. You have to be sure to find the right, if you will, connections. Now, some of them have to have a password. So just make sure that you can look online, can find all the information. We have services for Passover Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, by the way, we encourage you to join by Zoom. You can find that information on our website. It was very nice seeing everybody on, and we even had some Torah discussion and teaching by Rabbi Galko. We will do a little bit more of that. You can always turn off your video so we don't have to see you in your living rooms during the entire thing if you don't want, but during the Torah discussion. And at the end, it was also really nice to see everybody, to wish each other a Chag Sameach. That's going to be on Wednesday. Thursday, of course, the concluding day of Pesach, which I know you're already counting down. And we'll be able to have our Yizkor service as well as part of that. Now we're going to turn to the Kiddush. And so if you're getting ready for an early lunch at home, you'd like to join us as well, take up your glass, your wine. Chazan Mimi, take us away with Bishamro.
And just remember, Tuesday night and Wednesday night, we still have Minyan for the 7th and 8th day of Pesach. Bisham and Israel. Put your arms around your neighbor. And Hashabbat, if it's safe. Lasot et Hashabbat Ledorotam Beridotam. Ay, 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 Beni, Uven Bnei Israel, Oti Leolam. Ki Sheshet Yamim Asa Adonai et Hashamayim ve'et haaretz u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinachar u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinachar. Ay, 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 sing it out. Ay, 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 ay. Israel et Hashabbat. Asot et Hashabbat Ledorotam Beridotam.
Adonai et Yom HaShabbat vayikadshehu savri chaverai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen. I'm going to do with Netilat Yadayim here, the washing of hands, before we get to eat more matzah. Yum, 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 yum. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kisham v'tzotav v'tzivanu al Netilat Yadayim. Join with me in Motzi. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam umotzi lechem min haaretz. Yum, yum, yum.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Chag Sameach, Chag Sameach, Chag Sameach, Chag Sameach,
Chag Sameach, la 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 la.
Chag Sameach, la 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 la. Chag Sameach, la 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 la. Sameach, Sameach, la 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 la. Sameach, Sameach, la 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 la. Chag Sameach.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Enjoy. Have a wonderful
Shabbat shalom.
day.